Hi there, Lee Farnell here. Thanks for listening to Leading Your Best Life. Now today we're going to do something controversial, going to push a few buttons because I'm talking about something that stimulated me watching Elon Musk this morning talking about Doge. Doge, savings, cost savings, but in amongst it all, don't worry about it. Don't get all political on me. This is about key principles you can apply in your business to get the best out of yourself and your team. Here we go. All right. Oh, look, I know some of you are so angry about Elon Musk and so on. This morning I was watching him in a meeting with a pile of other government heads talking about this Department of Government Efficiency. And I've got to say, he answers questions very well, whether you say they're misinformation or otherwise. But there are a couple of key principles in there. In fact, I've worked at, there's at least 6 key principles you could and should be using in your business to maximize performance. If we're talking about leading your best life, if we're talking about getting the very best out of yourself and your team, here are some psychology, human performance principles, whether you're a football team, whether you're a cricket team, whether you're a business team, a sales team, you can use them. So here we go. First of all, 1, Musk has a big why, a big reason why, a motivational reason why, even to the point where he's referring to this as a revolution in government. Possibly he says it's the biggest revolution that's gone on since the original revolution in the US. So whether you call it a revolution in government, but in your case, how do you create a revolution in your business so that you are innovating and on a mission to do something great, to do something that takes your breath away, which is what he's doing there. So his big why leads to the next point. He's got a big target. He's made a big public promise. They're going to cut at least $1, if not $2 trillion. And why? Because he's saying we cannot continue to accumulate debt at this level. We're going to bankrupt the country. This is about saving the country. It's a big why. And so he's got great people, or at least highly successful people. He's got the founder of Airbnb there. He had another founder, in fact, the guy that works with him on the rockets, putting the rocket ship project of where things can land back vertically. So he's done an incredible job with SpaceX. He's got the guy who's in charge of SpaceX working right next to him. In other words, the best possible brains he could find. That's another one in terms of forming the team. The big why, the big target, the team, he's put some big brains together. And in fact, the guy said, why would you come from Airbnb to help him? He said, because this is too challenging and too important not to do. It's saving the country. So what I saw also is we've got the $2 trillion. Then he talked about the actual daily run rate target. He says we will be saving $4 billion a day, 7 days a week. $4 billion a day, 7 days a week. So where's your daily run rate target? So there it is right in your face. Are we on track today? Are we not on track today? What's the minimum run rate we want to be achieving each day if we're going to be saying we're doing our job? Then point 4, so we've got big wide target, the big target, the $1 trillion, $1 to $2 trillion. Then what does that mean? Daily run rate. What does that mean on a daily basis? Then 4, transparency of results. So Doge is saying that pretty much on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, the money they're saving is going up on the Doge website, which, by the way, I might just go to now, doge.com, doge.com. And they say, Lee, stop being a bloody, Trump lover, or now why has it got verifying you're human, waiting for enter? Oh, maybe it's not there. For some reason, when I go, I'm going to go, how do I find the Doge website? How do I find the Doge website? It's not coming up directly. Work, Doge government. Okay, so it's .gov. Special report, there it is with Brett Bayer. He's got that there. Great work today. So here it is, Doge. Where is it? Today to yesterday. By Secretary of LCD, cancelling $577 million in America last grants for $237 in savings, including $10 million for gender equity in the Mexican workplace, $12.2 million for worker empowerment in South America, $6.25 million for improving respect for workers. Yesterday, agencies terminated 113 wasteful contracts with ceiling value of $4.7 billion and savings of $3.3 billion. So I wonder if that meant they hit their $4.4 billion daily target there. But so there it is. Where else have you seen, I got to say, people say, shut up, Lee. But the same with Kate Cheney in terms of her Teal election donations. It's real-time donations. In other words, making it transparent, real-time transparency of performance. So in your company, where is the real-time transparency of performance? Or do people only find out about their performance 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks later, looking in the rear vision mirror rather than real-time transparency of performance? Then, point 5, regular celebration and public acknowledgement of progress. So both Trump, I noticed in the cabinet meeting the other day, Musk is there, and then each of the department secretaries are also talking about savings. So they're not only making the Doge team feel good, they're communicating with the public, again, in terms of real-time transparency, but celebrating and acknowledging progress. So what are you doing on almost a daily basis, certainly every couple of days, to celebrate and acknowledge progress? We talk about reward the behaviour you want repeated. Make people feel good about the progress. And then I note also that Musk has a timeline target of he's going to be working on Doge for 130 days and then he's going to get off it. In other words, I'm only here for a window and then I'm moving on. So let's get the most out of this rather than I'm going to be here forever. It's going to go on and on and on. So creating a deadline. We say deadlines motivate. So where's the line in the sand? So create deadlines because we know they get people moving, which comes back to SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, step by step, realistic and relevant, and then timelines, and I think somewhere in there is transparency. So how does this relate to you? The things I've just talked about. Tools, real-world tools that are being used by someone as controversial as Elon Musk. 50% of people are going to be saying that's fantastic, and 50% are saying, what an arsehole or a prick or Nazi or whatever he is. But the point is this: you can be using these principles in your business. The big why, the big target, the daily run rate, transparency of results, regular celebration and acknowledgement of progress, and SMART timelines, a target. This is not going to go on forever. This is a sprint. It's a 90-day target. It's a 120-day target. It's a 130-day target. You can use this. If you're talking about leading your best life, running your best business, then use these principles. Thanks for listening. If you want to find out more, want to touch base, if you're keen for growth, then do reach out to performance development consultants. Do reach out to look at the ColourZone sales system. We are passionate about helping human beings live their best lives, realise their full potential. And how do you do it? Use the science. I'm Lee Farnell. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.